ghost inside the harbor rain. Birds in my feet escape from pressure and pain. From the plains to the
Rain sheeted down on the city of Hadria, blurring its neon skyline. In a marble-lined office on the top floor of the Justice Ministry, Minister Anton Varlek studied a map of ports, warehouses, and districts pinned with red markers. Each pin meant a place the law no longer controlled. Each pin meant Victor Dazari. Dazari had begun as a dock worker. Now he was called the Dock King, a man whose ships moved more than just freight guns, rare metals, and secrets.
His syndicate paid for schools and clinics in the slums when the government ignored them.
Some saw him as a criminal, others as a savior. Anton saw him as an existential threat.
We raid his warehouse at dawn. Freeze the accounts, seize his men. This ends tomorrow.
But in the basement of a half-burnt opera house, Dazari and his inner circle already knew. Government informants had been bought twice over. Maps of the city lay on their own table. Blue pins marking armored convoys, red pins showing hidden escape routes.
They're coming at dawn. We can vanish.
No. We've played cat and mouse too long. The people think we're ghosts. Tomorrow we become lions.
Before sunrise, armored trucks rolled toward dockside. Police drones hovered overhead, scanning. They expected crates of contraband and half-asleep smugglers. Instead, they found empty warehouses, save for flickering holoscreens showing Dazari's face.
Welcome to my kingdom,
The recording said.
Look up.
That moment, the dock cranes moved like steel dinosaurs. They swung and released their cargo.
Dropping containers onto the convoy. Explosions lit the pier. Out of hidden tunnels surged syndicate fighters, not in street clothes, but in matching gray coats, disciplined, silent, carrying rifles with the efficiency of soldiers. Anton watched the feed from the control center. His forces were pinned between the docks and the sea.
Deploy the riot teams.
But in the heart of the city, while police and troops were trapped at dockside, Dazari's second wave struck. They stormed the tax bureau and the telecommunications hub, not to loot, but to seize data debts, property titles, evidence. Within an hour,
systems are down.
the
We can't pay
government's
the
digital
troops. My
backbone
phone's
flickered
dead. What's
and went
happening?
dark.
The ministry
The
can't
ministry could
coordinate.
no longer
It's total
pay its
collapse.
troops. Sirens faltered, and panic spread.
The systems are crashing. Power is failing across the city. The systems are down. We can't pay the troops. My phone's dead. What's happening? The ministry can't coordinate. It's total collapse.
Dazari's is crippling your government. You have lost power in a snap, Anton.
By noon, Anton Varlek barricaded himself in his office. Outside, protesters, some angry at corruption, some loyal to Dazari, swarmed the avenues. They waved gray flags, marked with a dock anchor. State broadcasters went off-air, replaced by a calm female voice reading the script Dazari had prepared.
The Hadria Civic League assumes control to restore order and dignity. Total at 11 pounds.
Victor, you're a bastard. You think you can govern? You'll drown this city.
You already have. I'm only sweeping the tide. Step down and leave Hadria. Leave quietly or we finish this.
Never.
Dock King, ghost inside the harbor rain. Built a mafia state from pressure and pain. From the cranes to the skyline, lights so bright. The Dock King owns the night.
Dazari stepped out, wearing a simple black coat. No jewelry, no entourage. Only Lena and two quiet men. He entered the marble hall, where Anton waited, a pistol on the desk.
Is this your justice?
No, this is mercy.
He pushed a document across the desk, a resignation decree, already signed by the interim cabinet.
Leave now. Your plane is waiting.
Thousands of people in the square below, not soldiers, but dock workers, nurses, students, chanting Dazari's name. The government's power had evaporated in a single day.
You'll regret this. Power is heavier than guns.
I've carried heavier.
Anton was escorted out under guard, his motorcade vanishing into the night. Weeks later, Hadria's skyline still gleamed, but the gray anchor flag now flew beside the old one. Police uniforms were changed, salaries paid directly from port revenues, hospitals received crates of medicine offloaded from Dazari's ships, taxes on small vendors were abolished. Critics called it a mafia state, admirers called it a revolution.
Was it worth it? You're no longer just a king of shadows. You're the government.
The government fought me for power, but power wasn't theirs. It belongs to the people who keep the city alive. We just reminded them.
Below, the crowd roared as the evening siren marked a new curfew, one set not by ministers but by the Dock King's decree. For now, at least, the Mafia had won.
Dock King, ghost inside the harbor rain, built a Mafia state from pressure and pain. From the cranes to the skyline lights so bright, the Dock King owns the night. He's a Dock King, ruler of the tide and steel. Took Hadria by the throat and made the city feel power from the people, not the ministers up high. Now the ports are breathing freer underneath the sky. Politicians whisper behind closed doors, judges freeze when he walks the floor. Old men gamble with their final breath, but the Dock King negotiates with death. Anton sat behind his desk, thought he'd never lose his way, but the Dock King walked in silent shadow wrapped in smoke. Gray anchor flag is flying where the old regime once stood. From the ashes of betrayal, he rose and changed the hood.